Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It is Tuesday the 13th of August and we have new mods. Now when you look into the Modhub or on the Farming Simulator website at new mods out for console today, it shows 3. That said, one of them is a farm buildings pack and there are quite a few. To say the mods today are gargantuan is an understatement. We have got some truly massive mods today. I will try and get round them as rapidly as possible. I'm going to start off here. This is with the pig food trading system. This is by Holger Sengstock. We've had the manure trading system, slurry trading system. Now we've got the pig food trading system. Now this is actually quite cool. I'm quite pleased with this. Done a little bit of checking on a couple of different things, and this is cut price pig food. There was something that came out yesterday actually that is almost as close. I'll be totally honest with you. There's going to be some facts and figures, but we have in essence got in this is also a pack, if you want to call it that. We have got the buy point for buying pig food, we've got a storage point for storing pig food, and we've got a selling point for trading it or selling pig food. So you might have a surplus, you might, you wouldn't have a surplus because you don't produce pig food. That's an interesting one, the selling one. But you can, between these, actually make a bit of money if you wanted to, if you were feeling that way inclined. So let's start off. I've got the Aperion 3401. This is a 52,000 litre trailer. So if we drive underneath here, there's a little bit of a collision here. You have to be a little bit careful because the trailer kept getting caught when I was trying this a minute ago, but seemed to go under there alright that time. So this is the buying point. If I press start now, it's a fairly slow pour on this. So bear with me a minute. We're going to get to 52,000 litres and we're going to see how much it costs for 52,000 litres. I know it's an unusual amount. I probably could have gone with a smaller trailer, but you'll see why I didn't in a minute. Okay, so that was 36,399 for 52,000 litres. 36,399. Now, put that into perspective. If we look at the other pig food options, if we go to big bags, standard in-game pallets of pig food, 1,000 for 1,000 litres. So for 52,000 litres, £52,000, euros or dollars. Okay, so what other options have we got available to us? We got pallets. Now yesterday we got the Pioneer pallets from Agrotechnic Nordeifel, and we have got a pig food pallet here, 2,400 litres for 1,650. That works out for 52,000 litres about 35 grand. So it's a little bit cheaper, tiny little bit cheaper than using the Holger Sengstock's pig food trading system. So both of those that came out yesterday and today, very, very cheap. Now if I use the Edge silo, which is the one over there behind me, which is the buy anything silo, that cost me for 52,000 litres, because I tested it already, 80,080. So we got a standard in-game price of 52 grand, the Edge silo 80 grand, this one, Holger Sengstock's pig food trading system, 36,399. That's brilliant. That's way, way cheaper than the in-game versions. Okay, so we've got storage, which is just over here, so I can tip into that and I can store my pig food if I want to. And over here we've got the sell point, so this is where things get a little bit more interesting, a bit like the manure and a bit like the slurry. So if I now try and sell this pig food, which cost me 36,399, how much am I going to make? This is another one of those situations where if you wanted to, you could do a bit of trading. I mean, the whole point is a trading system, I guess. You could do some trading in pig food. We just made 74 grand. We spent 36. We made 74. That's a nice bit of profit on that. We're going to have a look at these in store very, very quickly. I say very, very quickly. They come in various colours and options, which is always lovely. So let's go to, actually we want placeables, it's under miscellaneous, and we have got the Pig Food Shop, 75,000 to buy. So it's not cheap to buy. It will use 7 slots, and we do have some colour options. I'm surprised, mind you, I suppose it's a place board. I was going to say I'm surprised the colour options don't come under each one, but that's not like a vehicle. So you can have it in standard kind of metallic look. You can have a yellowish brown, yellow I guess. You can have it in red, you can have it in green, you can have it in blue and black. And then we come on to the pig food storage, also 75,000. These are 8 slots, I think, for these ones. Now the pig food storage, it will hold 100,000 litres of pig food. And same colours apply. We've got the grey, silver, yellow, red, green, blue and black. And then we move on to the pig food trader, which is also 75,000 and 8 slots. And the same colour options apply. So I have to say, had the Pioneer pallets not come out yesterday, this would be the cheapest option in game, but it's still cut price pig food. I mean, compared to the previous in-game options and the Edge silo, absolutely fantastic. Right, that's mod number 1. Let's move on to mod number 2, which is just over here. Mod number 2 is the crops and machinery storage. This is by DMI 20mm Normandy. We get a lot of crop storage barns, buildings, shelters by DMI 20mm Normandy. This is no different. This is a big building. Nice details, like where the light comes through the window sections, or say window sections, but the lighter kind of panels on the top. We've got guttering, we've got all the supports. And it is a big building. Now, this one on the inside here has got some sliding doors. Like so. And like so. So it can be a machinery shelter just under here if you want to. Then in here you can put your grains if you want to, or you can just have it for machinery. It's entirely up to you. We do have on the wall here a light switch. You have to get the angle just right on this. This is an interesting one. Is that gone or not? There we go. Lights on, lights off. If it comes directly on from the front, oh, it didn't work a minute ago. Brilliant. Okay. So lights off, lights on. There we go. Then we come around this bit here, and we've got 2 more sliding doors. This is a smaller section. You have to be quite close to them. So a smaller bit of storage space in here. Same thing. We've got lights in the top there, like so. This door at the end here doesn't open into this section, but this one does. We do seem to be getting a lot of the kind of standard sound effects now. We kind of get used to, and it's interesting how with metal doors and wooden doors, the sound effects seem to get quite kind of blended together. They're almost kind of, we get the same sound effects. Not on all mods. I'm just saying, if you listen to that. But anyway, there you go. Big shelter, loads of storage space, lights on the inside as well. So in store, whoops, this is under placeables but sheds. 75,000, that seems to be a common theme at the moment. 75,000, it will use up 9 slots. Like so, when it comes to placing it, I'm going to zoom right out here. It's big. It's a big mod. I've come onto this map. I'm on flat map simply because these mods were so big. It meant doing loads of terrain adjustments to try and get it to work on any other map. But anyway, there you go. That's by DMI 20mm Normandy. Okay, moving on. This is why I grabbed the gator. We have got the Farm Buildings Pack by Realistic Farmers. And as you can see by some of the buildings arrayed around us, they're big. We've got some big stuff in this pack. And a really interesting mix of stuff as well. We'll start with the shelters, then we've got into some of the sell points and other bits and bobs. So, I think if I've got this the right way round, this one to our left is the bulk hall. So this is the bulk haul. Detailing is very good, texture's very good, the wood, the concrete, the supports. Yeah, it's really nice actually. Every time I do this I seem to miss the light switches. There we go. Light switch on the inside. We've got the lights across the top there. I think this one's 4 slots. We will check those in a minute. I'll whiz round these. The one next to it, if I've got these right way around, this is the machinery shed open. This is 3 slots. Again, light switch off to the side. The textures and colours and stuff are pretty much the same on these packs all the way around. That one I like the bulk storage because it's got a very high front. You're going to get some bigger vehicles in that. But there you go. And then this one here we've got, this is machinery shed. So the machinery shed is closable. I like the sound effects on this one. Just works. It sounds good. Sounds like it's going on runners. So this is the machinery shed, the other one's machinery shed open. There is a light switch. Where's it gone? Might be down the other end. But again, detailing is incredibly good. The brackets, supports, bolts and screw heads, etc. Oh, there we go. Light switches there. Like so, and this door opens as well, but different sound effects. So I like that. I do like that a lot. Different sound effect, although it's quite a low door, this one, interestingly. Not as easy to get out of. But anyway. Now the door won't close. It's always the way, isn't it? So, we've got bulk haul, machinery shed open, machinery shed. Next one, this one is grain, if I get this right, grain storage. This is 6 slots. We'll have a look at the prices in a minute. So I like the differences on this in that because this is grain storage, you've got these vents for drying the grain and stuff like that, but that's not all with this one. This has got some nice features. Side doors, light switch on the wall there, and a door that opens as well. But what we have got in this one, which I think is brilliant, and you wouldn't necessarily know, you see these in the ground, fair enough, but if you open up the help menu and we go over one of these, it says build storage section. So if I go to that and press circle, it puts in the storage section. So if you are going to put your grain in here, you can pour your grain and the grain will pile up, but it doesn't go out and touch the outside walls. And if I come to the next one, there, press it again, it builds the next section, so you can gradually fill the hall up as you come back out if you want to. You can do it from that end, you can do it from the middle, you can do it any way you want. You don't have to do it in that particular order of sections. If I come on to that one, build that section, and so on. That's a nice feature. I haven't come across that before. Certainly not in the console mod, anyway. So if I take that one away, I could have the 2 middle sections if I wanted to. I can take away the section away from the door, and have this section and maybe this section. You know, however you want to do it. It really is up to you. But that's a nice feature. That nice touch. I like that a lot. Right. So I think these all come under sheds pretty much. So we've got the bulk haul, which is open at the front, 25,000. The bulk haul is 4 slots. I'll go across to these ones. We've got the machinery shed open, which obviously was the next one we looked at, 55,000. The machinery shed open is 3 slots. We've got the machinery shed that had the doors. That one is 75 grand. They get a bit more price actually. Expensive doors. And that one is 3 slots as well. Then we've got the grain storage, which is 85,000, which has got those additional partitions for the grain, which is quite cool. That one is 6 slots. So that's the first of all of those. Moving on, I need to grab the gator because we have also got. This is a really big pack actually. There's loads in this. I've grabbed the tractor and trailer again for this one. This is the bio plant. This is a bio heating plant. Now, a couple of things I will say about this mod pack. I like the shelters we've looked at already. The next ones that are coming up, I'll be honest, they're incredibly big for what they are. You're going to need a big map to use them on. and the size doesn't. I don't know if it's justified by what you get. You'll see what I mean, if it kind of makes sense. Now when you come over to this for the first time, there's a little switch over here. If I do that, it closes this up, and this is how you get to it initially. It will be closed when you first place it, if you place it. If you decide to, you might not do. It's got a very, very big concrete area and base around it. Quite a large building with these two chimneys around the back. Now the textures are fantastic. The chimneys look like they're kind of metallic, or could be ceramic or something like that. But and then you've got this nice low tipping point, which I do like. Press that again. Smooth animation. It's quite slow to open, but it would be. It wouldn't open very, very quickly if you had a metal cover on that. Like I say, animations are good. Opens up the wood chip sell point for all intents and purposes. This door doesn't open, you can't get inside the facility, nothing like that. I haven't found a light switch, so I'm assuming the lights come on at night. Now, when you actually tip into this, because it's a kind of bioheating plant, I thought maybe something would happen. Because realistically, that's emptying out now. I like the fact you can tip into it there, that's no problem at all. I thought you might get like smoke coming out the chimneys or something because it's processing it, it's burning it. 6,095 for 52,000 litres. It doesn't pay out particularly highly. I'm on normal setting. But for all intents and purposes, because there's nothing else that kind of happens, it's a wood chip sell point, realistically. I mean, it looks like a sort of heating plant, but yeah, it's a big building with a big footprint for what it does, I think is kind of what I'm trying to say, I suppose. Anyway, so let's turn that off. This is under, I need to get this right, I think this is under miscellaneous, and it's there. 175,000. It is, how many slots was that one? This is 4 slots, so it's not too heavy on the slot count. But I think for how much you make, I don't know, it just seems a little bit pricey to me. But again, it's down to options. You know, you might decide that's perfectly, you know, that's going to perfectly fit a map you're playing on. You like it, it's a great idea, you might place it. What I say when I do these videos is entirely my opinion, and obviously, you know, everyone's opinion is going to be different. You're not always going to agree with me, I'm not always necessarily going to agree with you, but it is what it is. Right, next up we have got the liquid manure storage. Again, quite a large footprint. We've got the round drum there, we've got the unload and load point. This comes under silos, I think. There we go, the liquid manure storage, 90,000, and it will store 400,000 litres of digestate or slurry, whichever you want to put into it. This has a slot count of 5. Did I say that already? Probably. A slot count of 5. Not too bad at all. Moving on, what do I do next? Let's start this end, I think. Now this is where we start to get on some. If you thought the other mods were big, these are massive. And that's the other thing I think that's potentially a downside, is to find a flat enough surface for these mods. You're going to have to do a lot of landscaping unless you are on this map, because they are huge. The detailing around this side of this one is absolutely brilliant. Now this is the chicken farm, 15 slots to place. Same thing again, when you come to this one, this is closed. Like so. And we open it up. Now what's different and quite unusual about this mod and the next one we're going to look at, this is where your egg pallets come. This is where they're going to spawn, in this section here. Is that this is huge. None of the doors open. You can hear the chickens, but you can't see them. You've got all these vents, and it's a massive building. I mean, huge. You've got all these doors around here, again, I can't get any of them to open. I assume that's not just me. Then you've got the second part of the building here, so it's in kind of a U shape looking at it from this way. This bit in the middle here is your buy and sell point for your chickens and your roosters, but you'll buy them all and they'll appear in your menu, but you can't actually see any of them. You can't get in there at all, which is, yeah, it's unusual, it's different, it's not something I've really come across. Like I say, the detailing's fantastic, but it's massive, it's a huge footprint. And I think half the fun of having chickens is seeing them kind of moving around, but then maybe that's what keeps the slot count low, allows you to have them and make money from them without having to have the animations of the chickens walking around and that kind of thing. So, you know, but like I say, the concrete footprint on it is quite large. But let's have a look at this one in store. This is under animal pens. So we've got the chicken stables, chicken farm, 495,000. It's not cheap. It will hold 500 chickens. But like I say, I don't know. For me, I like to see the chickens moving around, I guess. So yeah, quite expensive. As far as slots go, did I say? Yeah, it's 15. I've probably said that already. I'm just racking brains because there've been so many mods today. Right. Next up, where did I put the... So next up we have the pig farm. Again, massive, huge footprint. This is where your manure comes once you've got animals. I have fed them and I've given them water and stuff because I wanted to see where everything went and what happened. This is where your slurry comes out. This is your slurry tank. When you want to put straw in for their bedding, you do it here. Feed goes into here, all the various different feeds, or pig food if you want to do it like that. Same as the other one. When you first come to it, that cover is down, and then we open it up to put our feed in. But just like the chicken one, there's no way in. You can't actually see the pigs. Again, I suppose cuts down on animations and stuff like that. Yeah, 10 slots. Your water is around this side. Buying, selling, dropping off, loading, unloading is all done from here. But again, there's no way in. You can't see them, you can't get to them. So you can have pigs, you just can't actually see them. So I mean, it's a bit unusual. It's kind of boggling my mind a little bit. It's not something I've come across before on Farming Simulator. Anyway, so in store, animal pens. The pig stable. 450,000. It will hold 500 pigs. Yeah, it's an odd one. I don't know. I suppose compared to the standard in-game ones, the things we've kind of got used to, it will hold way more, which is fantastic. But it's unusual not being able to see them. Yeah, don't know. There you go. And then last up, over here, we have got the dairy farm. Now, one thing I will say with this, when I placed this one, this wouldn't sit flat. When I placed it, it automatically elevated it. Now, I don't know if that's the map, whether it was me. I did try and do L1 and raise and lower it to try and it wouldn't do anything. So when I placed it, it put this quite a big lip like that, which around some sides of it, I had to landscape a little bit because I needed to be able to get vehicles up to it so I could kind of set it all up. But anyway, this is another, it's huge. It's a big footprint, but on this one you can actually see the animals, which is a good thing. So yeah, I've got a few in there. We have got, here is obviously where your manure comes when they start producing manure. Inside here you've got your feed trough along here, and this is also where you put your straw in. So when you want to put your straw in for the bedding, you put it in here. I didn't put a huge amount of straw in, so I haven't seen it come out. I think it might be on the floor over there, but not a huge amount. And then when I make a mess, this is the mess this side, this is the food this side. So this is where you're going to do that. Water trough is round in here. Gate opens. Now one thing we'll say, some tiny negative on this one. We've got the grass through the trough. I assume that would just be a minor update, or something I would imagine. But that's your water trough. Now that standpipe I placed myself. That doesn't come in the mod. So if you're wondering why you haven't got that, I placed that just simply so I could fill it up to get them to work properly. The cows do go in and out of here. It's a fair size enclosure. And then your milk is collected from this point here. This will open and close. Like the door handle turning and that kind of thing. Nice sound effects. So that's your kind of milk tank in there, but when you want to load or unload, you do it from there. And then if we go right the way through to the other side, we've got our liquid manure tank just here. So in store, have we made any? It's hard to tell, it just looks dry in the bottom there. So these doors open and close as well, and there is a light switch, but I bet the light switch is the other end. Of course it is. I think I can just about see it on the wall down there, but the lights are on, so there we go. Close that. So in store, again under animal pens, the cow stable. Now this is an interesting one. It's 585,000, so it's not cheap at all, but it only holds 120. Both of the others do 500, but I suppose because you can see these ones, and there's a bit of animation that kind of goes with that, I assume that's why that's kind of kept quite low. But I'm just thinking of the cow ones that are in already. The large cow pasture there will hold 200, and it only costs 300,000. This one will only hold 120. It's 585,000. It's quite pricey. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a big building, but again, you're going to need a big flat expanse to put this on. But there you go, quite a lot in this pack, and big buildings too. You get a lot of bang for your buck from Realistic Farmers with the Farm Buildings pack, and that's it. I know it's taken a little while to get around it, but there was quite a lot actually, considering there were only technically 3 mods. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.